What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back into another video. So basically, this video is going to be real good for y'all. It's going to be a tier list for magic elements for elemental you already know, awakening. So let's get to it. I'm not going to take too long with the intro. Just make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out and really supports me for my content and me coming back to doing YouTube again. And thank y'all. I really enjoy your support. And yes, sir, let's get into it. So basically, we're going to be making a tier list. We're going to be making a tier list. Yes, sir. And when we make that tier list, we're going to like go on something else. I was going to do it on the game, but at the same time, I realized I really can't. So I'm going to try making a tier list, maybe showing some clips here and there. And yeah. So let's get to it. Let's go. So the first move for the fire element will be the fireball. The fireball does okay damage. You're gonna have to aim for it. You're gonna have to hit on target for it because you won't be able to hit anybody if they're just moving around. You have to be on target. The press and hold move is actually efficient. It's okay, it's good. You can aim it towards the ground or something, it'll be good. Eruption, it's okay. I mean, it's not the best thing, but it's an okay starter element, but it's okay. Eruption, when you hold it, you do explosive, you do like an explosive ball or whatever around you. And the last move is actually good, but it takes away your health. You create a giant pillar around you that does tons of damage. Now the thing with this is you can't move, and anybody could easily escape this within seconds. It's not really efficient during PvP, so I'd say this is not really it. So I'm gonna have to really put fire on tier D. Even though it does okay decent amounts of damage, it's just not efficient during PvP. Now let's get to water. Now water is okay. I mean, it's not like the best element, but water, the first move is really slow. You won't be able to hit anybody with that unless they're a noob or something. Holding it will create a giant water pillar, which does slight area damage around your opponent. It's not the best thing, but it's good. Now water bomb is okay. It's also slow. Anybody could dodge that. So yeah, gusher and geyser or whatever you want to call it. Geyser, holding it and not holding it is all okay. It's an okay decent move. I don't really think you can dodge it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't really time it if you really did. Vaporation isn't I mean, it doesn't really do much. Vaporation does slight damage. I'll put water into tier D. Sorry, but let's go to the next one. Wind. Gale, first move, you already know what I'm saying. It creates just a wind move. You gotta hit on target. Now when you press and hold it, you create a small tornado, which I mean, that's okay. It does slight good damage. Second move is just like a wind jump up. It doesn't have a hold move. Third move is you create a small tornado or whatever. When you hold it, you create a giant one. I mean, it's pretty cool or whatever. The rework is okay. And the last move is you do a high pressure bomb, which somewhat does a lot. Just depends on what you do. So honestly, holding that and then holding down your 4 for wind is okay, I guess, but somewhat it does a nice decent explosion, which is kind of cool. Since it does all that and since it does okay damage, I'll put that in C tier. Earth. Now earth is something that you're gonna have to require like aim. The first move, you create pillars underneath the enemy, stunning them. Yes, it stuns them, so it gives you enough time to do whatever. You can't hold it. Now the second one is earth wall. Earth wall creates a barrier within like something. You just basically creates a barrier for you don't get hit. Now when you hold it, you create a earth spike or whatever. Third move, you do a ground stomp. Now that's for defense. When you hold it, I'm pretty sure it does it larger. Fourth move, it creates a giant ground stomp, so you already know that one. Since it's not really efficient on the most part, because anybody can really dodge it, to be honest, it's gonna be going to D tier. I'm sorry. So the first other element is metal. You already know metal. The first move is like a ball, and when you press and hold it, it creates giant spikes. But you can easily run away from that. Second move, you hold it, is basically a defense. You can't get damaged or whatever, minimum. Third move is just a giant spike. And the fourth move is basically just like blocks. If you press and hold it, you create a bunch of blocks that just fall down. Yet again, it is kind of easy to kind of dodge this move per se, but you can also press and hold it. I mean, it's somewhat efficient. I'm gonna have to give it at least somewhat a C tier. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And now we're going to darkness. Darkness. The first move, you do an explosion around the enemy to curse them. Yeah, and does that. The second move, you create a giant little orb, and it gets a chain and it attaches to them running around. So if they're running around or something, it chases them actually. So I mean, that's pretty cool. It's pretty slow though. That's the thing. Now, cool is basically just like an explosion. If you press and hold it, it creates you're in a bigger one slightly, I guess. Now the fourth one, you take some health while doing it. But basically, you take their health and you knock them down, which does a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna have to give it C, even though it is slow, but it's efficient. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to light. Light. The first move is okay. It does a decent amount of damage. When you press and hold it, I'm pretty sure it just increases the damage or whatever, or just something. Second move, beacon. Now, beacon is okay. I'm pretty sure beacon just like stuns them for a period, like a small amount of time. Wrath, you can legit spam this, bro. You can't just spam Wrath anywhere. It doesn't even matter. You can't just spam Wrath left and right. It's a slow cooldown. And now the fourth move is good. Let me tell you why it's good. Because this zaps anybody in a radius. Like, it just zaps directly on target. So if you're in a battle or something and you have this, literally just spam Wrath, beacon and stun them, and do the last move. So when you do that, just do that. So I'm gonna put that in B tier, to be honest, because it's decent. Now we're going to Eclipse. Now Eclipse, yes sir. The first move is like a bunch of arrows falling down. The second move, as you just saw, was like a black hole, which does a decent amount of damage. Second move is really good, actually, not gonna lie. It creates a giant orb or whatever around you, just repeated damage left and right. And the third move, it takes kind of long to use, which is really slow. But when you press and hold it, you create like a little big black hole. You know what I'm saying? But it's still slow. Anybody could dodge it. Now the last one is you create an eclipse. You see the light, you see the black, they fuse together and they just hit down. Does area damage, good area damage too. Does a lot, but also it takes long. So I'm gonna put it in B tier just because how long it takes. It's not like a good like thing to use, to be honest, but it's in. Okay, now we're going to blood. Now blood is really good, actually. Blood is like almost the best thing you can use. The first move you can steal. You can literally just steal their health. Just steal it. It doesn't even matter. You can just steal it. And E, I'm pretty sure it creates like a bunch of orbs or whatever floating around them, and it takes away your health, but it starts attacking them. Second move is just plague. It makes them fall over. You get to stun them. Third move is basically just a defense. So if there's a big move coming, just use that, and it's a defense. Now, the last move is blood manipulation. Now, basically this, it requires plague for you to use it, and you have to like stay in it or stay around it for it can work efficiently. But it does really high damage, and it's just It's just, you know, that's an A tier, not gonna lie. Cause just because of how much blood can do and how much damage it can really do, and yeah, you might be like, hey, why's the other one like and B? You know, because you know it's kind of slow at the same time. Tanky though. You already know we're gonna be doing gravity. First move, basically a push down. You know what I'm saying? The second move in a minute, but as you can see, that's just a first move. Gravity push down. You hold it does more damage. Second move is basically you create a gravity push. So when you use that, it pushes them back or whatever. And yeah, it does a lot. It does a lot, not gonna lie. It's really good. Now the third move is basically you gotta be in mid-air using it, and you gotta when you're in mid-air, you get to shoot a giant gravitational beam down, and it does a lot of damage. It does area damage, and yeah, I mean it just does a lot. Gravity is you don't even have to know the moves for all of it. You probably already know the moves. The gravity is just overpowered. You get to spawn meteors and everything. Like gravity is like S. It's already S tier because you can't just use that power, abuse it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter for real. Nah, you got Calexto. I think I said that wrong, but it's whatever. You got Calexto. It's a legendary or whatever. I mean, it's decent. It's obviously almost better than Eclipse. Let me just tell you that, okay? It's better than Eclipse Gunner, to be honest. Let me just tell you some of the moves. The first move, it creates like, you know, some type of meteor throw or whatever. And if you hold it, it just like shoots. I guess you can say like planets or black holes or whatever. It does okay amounts of damage. The second skill is basically a light speed push or whatever. I'm pretty sure it does damage to the person if you aim it on time. So I mean that's cool or whatever. Third move is supernova. So basically supernova, you know, it creates like a giant little beam out, and it does a decent amount of damage. I said beam, but it's like a giant orb around you, whatever. It's like a stomp basically. 4 is basically you create 4 orbs to chase, or planets or whatever, to chase down the opponent. So yeah, I mean it does okay amounts of damage, but it's also escapable. You can't escape it, okay? So the fifth skill, this one is real good. Let me tell you why. If you press and hold it down, it does crazy amounts of damage, and it's a huge meteor that crashes down, and the radius for it is actually good. It's actually good. If anybody's right under that, they're just dead. Now that's what we're going to do is time. But the meteor or whatever, crystal or whatever, that goes in A tier because yeah, it's decent. Now time. First move, you already know. First move. First move is Revert. Basically, you can place where you want to go or place down where you're going to be. You already know. You can place on a cursor to put down on where they're going or teleport them back. So yeah, there's not really much to explain on time other than it being overpowered. You can teleport people back, create combos, create a giant beam, just keep teleporting them back, and it's already a lot. So you already know that's an S tier, yes sir. So now let's go to the next one. Collapse is majorly good. It's so good. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's good. First move, you create like a giant orb or whatever, just a giant orb. Okay. Just a giant ball. It just explodes. Second move, it's like almost a meteor, kind of. Yeah, you can't call it a meteor or a big rock or whatever. It stuns them if it hits on target. If you use that and hold it, it goes up, consumes it, and plops it back down. So I mean that's useful. It puts you in the third dimension. You're not able to use any moves, all of that. Yeah, fourth move is a stomp. And now the last move for this is really the craziest part about it because it does crazy amounts of damage, and that's already S tier. So if this helped you out on what you really need, then make sure you comment down below in the comment section on what you think about it. It's just my honest opinion. So yeah, the reason why I didn't put lightning because lightning is just trash. Don't get it.